If there's one thing that you can do to completely change your life, it's actually a very small mindset shift, and you can do it almost instantly. It doesn't take any time. A lot of the times when you're trying to manifest, you might be looking for external things like external validation. Maybe you have a specific goal, maybe you want a specific amount of money, maybe you want a specific partner, a specific car, or whatever you're trying to manifest. And you're looking very much outwards for these signs and these validations that you're on the right track, that you're doing the right thing. And maybe you look to tarot, or you look to others, gurus, people in your life, friends and families, and you maybe ask them for advice, and you ask them questions like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right things? Am I going to be able to get the things that I want if I continue down this path? And sometimes it can feel like you're just constantly looking for answers and seeking answers because you're just not sure of what you're doing and what you're supposed to be doing or how you should be doing it. But there is one thing you can do that can answer all of your questions, and that is to just basically shift into the identity of the version of you that has everything that you're trying to manifest. And then from that point of view, you would then think, right, what would this person do? What would this person think about all of the questions that I have? What would they think about all of the things that I am doing? Would they think that I'm on the right path or not? So I'm just going to use health and weight loss as an example. If you take yourself from who you are right now and you take that mindset and you really shift your mindset into the version of you that has your dream body, that has hit all of the goals that you've set out, all of your physical fitness goals. If you were in that version of you right now, if you were in that dream body that you have always wanted, what would you then do? How would you make decisions? If you had questions about, am I on the right path? What would that version of you say? Maybe you're working out and maybe you're eating healthy, but you're not seeing results. But what would that version of you say? Would that version of you say, oh, you should just give up? Or would that version of you say, well, just continue doing what you're doing, what you know is right, and the results, the external validation will come eventually? That's probably more likely what they would say. Or if you wake up and you're feeling tired and unmotivated and you don't feel like going to the gym, would that version of you just say, oh, it's fine, just skip it? Or would that version of you say, well, working out is kind of like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't wake up in the morning and say, I don't feel like brushing my teeth today, so I'm not going to do it. Or would you say, I care about the health of my body and I care about maintaining the body that I have and feeling my best, and I want to go get some free dopamine by doing a quick little workout? Maybe that version of you would say, just go and do like 20 minutes a day, just take it easy. And today doesn't have to be super intense, but we'll have a really nice, relaxing day at the gym. Something like that. Or maybe you have a really nice Thanksgiving meal, let's say. You have a lot of food and you ate a lot that day. Would the version of you that has your dream body, would that version of you say negative things to yourself? Would that version of you think like, oh, what a terrible day, I ate so much and I feel so disgusting and I hate myself and I hate my body? Or would that version of you have a lot more love and compassion and be a lot more understanding? Most likely the version of you that has your dream body and, is super fit and healthy would say something that comes from a place of self-love and self-acceptance, like, oh, it's just one day, it's a holiday, everyone eats a lot on Thanksgiving, it was a great day and no big deal because I eat super healthy most of the time and I work out most of the time, so it's okay, and it's actually great to have little nice breaks where I get to indulge and have fun with friends and family and eat really amazing foods. There's a very distinct difference in the way that you act and the way that you react and the way that you treat yourself when you have accomplished all of your goals. Because again, it's about seeking external validation versus seeking internal validation. When you're confident and sure of yourself, and when you've come to realize that you need to love yourself wholeheartedly, you're gonna approach things in a very calm manner. You're gonna approach things in a very rational manner. You're not gonna be too hard on yourself. You're not gonna be like negative. You're not gonna bully yourself, essentially. You're gonna be very positive, very loving, and very compassionate to yourself. And in that space, in that mindset, you're going to be a lot more rational, and you're going to be able to make decisions that aren't like super emotionally charged. You're not going to be like super negative and hard on yourself just because you had a day where you ate a lot. You're just going to say, oh, that was a great day, I had a lot of fun, and tomorrow I'm going to hit the gym and just have a nice healthy day. Same thing with your career, or same thing with trying to manifest a significant other. Say you went on a date and it was terrible, like the date was super shitty. If you were super negative and super hard on yourself, you might say something like, oh, I'll never find love. It's so hard. No one likes me. Something negative like that. But if you were already in a place where you felt a lot of love for yourself and you felt that you didn't need anyone else to love you, you would say, oh, that was a shitty date, but whatever, who cares? I'll try again next time, and it's no big deal. Because you're already good with who you are and you already love yourself and you don't need anyone else to love you. And same thing with your career. If you got a job offer that was like a super low ball offer and you didn't really love yourself and you didn't really think you deserve the things that you want to manifest, you might just accept this terrible low ball offer because you're just like, oh, I don't really think I can do better. Whereas if you were coming from a place of this higher version of you, basically, you would say, no, fuck that. I deserve so much better. I'm worth so much more, and I would never ever settle for that lowball offer. And you would probably go back and negotiate with them, and they would probably give you what you actually deserve, because that is generally how it works. People will generally lowball you if they can. There are exceptions. There are certain places that have to be super transparent with their salary and whatever, but most places do not have to do that. They're not like legally required to do that. So obviously they're going to do what's best for them and try to lowball you first. Going back to the place where you feel like you are this higher self, this higher version of yourself, this better version of yourself, the version of you who has everything that you want. One thing I want to kind of address on that is you're gonna notice a huge change and a huge shift in the way that people treat you. Because one thing that is so true is that people treat you how you allow them to treat you. And you're gonna notice this in every relationship in your life, whether it's friends, coworkers, family members. Family members are the trickiest one, I have to say, because there's a lot of baggage there, I think. Because it can be a little bit tricky to navigate family members versus other kinds of people, because your coworkers, your friends, your acquaintances, these are people who you can basically pick and choose, whereas family is not as simple. You're gonna notice once you start stepping into this place of self-love and this place of confidence and feeling so like sure of yourself and who you are, that you're not gonna allow people to treat you like shit, basically. You're not gonna allow people to treat you with disrespect. You're not gonna allow people to step all over you. And it's not in like some crazy dramatic way or anything. It's just that when people treat you like that, the way that you react, you're not necessarily gonna, and I'm not saying to go like be crazy or start drama, but you will not feel the need to do any of that at all. Because again, you're coming from a place where you're really sure of yourself and you don't need to like yell or scream or even say anything negative. You might just say something very simple. You might just look at them and say, that's an interesting way to speak to someone. Or you might not even say anything. You might just kind of look at them for a moment. And they'll literally realize that you did not like the way that they spoke to you. And from then on, you're going to notice that they're going to change the way that they talk to you, and it's going to be a little bit more respectful. Whereas if you just kind of allow people to speak to you in a disrespectful way or whatever, to walk all over you, and you just allow that, you react to that in a way that makes them feel like they can continue to do it, then that's exactly what's gonna happen. People react to the way that you react. Like, people will continue to act a certain way if they feel like they can get away with it. Whereas they're not gonna act that way towards you if you let them know that that's not okay with you. And you're gonna notice this so much in relationships and dating, friendships. If you go on a date with someone and they're kind of really shitty and they just don't treat you well, if you're in like a situationship and they just kind of treat you like shit and they're just like not really that into you and they won't commit and they just want you for certain things, and you just completely cut them off and just ghost them, what sometimes happens is they'll come running back and being all like, oh my gosh, like what happened? Can we meet again? No. Sorry, I found some self-respect. Good luck. Even in friendships, sometimes even your close friends, they're gonna treat you a certain way if they think they can get away with it. In a friend group, generally, certain people are treated certain ways and others are not. And it's really just if you are okay with it or not, and if you continue to allow that kind of behavior to go on or not. Someone treats you a way you don't like, maybe you just pull back, you don't see them, you don't text them, you don't hang out with them for a while, and they kind of realize exactly what happened because people are actually incredibly emotionally intelligent. Most people are, anyways. And then the next time you see them, you're gonna notice that they're not acting that way anymore and that they won't anymore because they realize that you're not okay with that. And with friends, you can kind of tell them nicely and respectfully. Most people are understanding, but I find that you don't really have to. Your actions speak a lot louder than words, and your reaction to things speak a lot louder than words. My dog just came home, so you might hear a lot of background noise. But when you get to this new place of self-love and self-confidence, you're gonna notice this shift in so many different aspects of your life. And you're gonna be amazed because it's gonna feel like, why didn't I do this earlier? Okay, that's it for today's little video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!